the last car pulls out of the driveway, I stand and look about. I want to remain, want to think about. The door beside me opens, the bark catching my eye, and as I glance up to look at those leaves, shimmering with color and glaze, I wonder about spirit. Spirit. All this couldn't have been done without it. I hear the whoops from the adjacent lot's track, filled with kids getting ready for the next meet. I can see the track needs a new finish. How long has it been since I watched a backhoe fill in that land? I walk over to the new cedar benches and sit. It's a beautiful spring day. The sun is warm on my face and the breeze sweeps my jacket open. How many times have I been here, waiting for my own children, for them to appear uniform-clad with backpacks and anxious for their snack? Had it really been 25 years? And now to return. It is bittersweet. The track kids are doing their paces, and my mind drifts back to the great trek in the fall of 1995, from the temporary school on 16th to the modular-built Southridge on this very spot. We started out with rain gear and smiles, photos and expectations, Alan Brown's words ringing in our ears that the school would one day be great. That wet morning passed too quickly, and excited faces arrived to the warmth of hot chocolate and our new place, and it did seem like hours. How many dashed hopes and delays had gone into securing and commencing that first day? Too many to remember, but the determination and spirit of a committed few and their leagues of followers came to mind. And together we stood in that first great hall, students, teachers, and parents, with our wet coats and foam cups, no longer wondering about whether that large initial investment of time had been the right thing to do. A couple of eagles circled overhead. They always arrive in the spring, soaring and cavorting on the frequent spring breezes here. They focus my thoughts, which dance visions of the past, about all the friendships, not the ones my children had secured for life, but the ones I had made through those primary days of carrying hot lunch boxes to the classrooms, checking in library books, and later through tying bows on gala gifts, calling on new parents to make donations, and always in the days leading up to the fair. So many preparations for educational as well as fun events, concerts, and Bravos nights. Little did I know that in working toward helping my children in this educational adventure, I had also found a community of like-minded people for myself. All of us, parents and staff, making a difference for the future, to give what would not have been, what most of us always wanted, and in so doing, we cemented our lives together in a common passion. But in those early years, we didn't have a track, a large collaborative staff, fabulous buildings, and funneled direction. But the kids benefited from being exposed on a daily basis to the intent, to the dream of both their mentors and their parents. And to some of the very young, and some of the not so young, it truly must have seemed just Play-Doh making. But all of us observed, surprising even ourselves, what we could do as a team. The fair days, how much easier it would have been to just close my door and say, "No, I'm not available." If I hadn't joined in, I would have missed out and never really known this culture. Establishing community, saying who we are and what we believe in, to ourselves and to those who are outside our school community. In continuing to extend ourselves, even after the buildings were up, we extended to our children something of the roots that had been laid down, of our values, something that can only come with the doing, that cannot come with just check writing. So even today as I sit here, with the latest musicals still in my ears, and with this magnificent school all around me, the values are still here, and Fair Day still happens with the same intent, to symbolize a branching out of who we are and who we are becoming. Like the track team practicing every spring, how clever of those that came after us that they didn't stop there. It could have stopped. When the last brick was laid at the junior school, or at one of the huge gala nights, except none could reach the epitome of what we were about. Only the continual inspiration of something better did. Hence let every spirit soar. Potential can become reality. We can always expand beyond the here and now. And we have. Exchange students in Scotland, Duke of Edinburgh Award kids on Prince Philip's latest Operation Raleigh helping in Africa, students studying botany for pharmaceutical research in the Amazon, and the list goes on. We found our home. Not just here in BC or North America, but we found it in the world. Running swiftly, the team passes my bench, a nod, a smile, a glance. How odd in a way that in this school, with every technological advancement available, it is the old-fashioned values rooted in our mission statement that ties the community together internally, and also helped it branch out, developing adventuresome young adults who will take a risk to find their own edge. This confidence and belief to develop themselves in their own unique way, realizing and fulfilling the opportunities that come their way because they are not afraid. How lucky, how very special that we had the right mix at the right time, that we became the pioneers for a new kind of vision that encompasses the new with the best of the old, incorporating technology and novel ideas for global exposure and direction. The eagle's screech draws my attention, and as their bodies soar upward, I remember that like attracts like. The winds of change will always be here, for it carries momentum. The original uniqueness of Southridge will remain, as do its values, its heart, and its spirit. The sky shifts, and as the blue spaces roll across my vision, I think that the most precious things are always the hardest to put into words. And even now, as I wonder how to tell you the story of Southridge, the words escape me, and only the feeling remains. As the leaves shimmer with color and I wave to a teacher leaving with daughter in tow, smiles widened, the intangible. Southridge still embodies it. I knew it then and I know it now, in the keen vision and helping hands. The spirit, the feeling, all of us who have been part of this community and culture, and who have gazed upward know, we have all felt its glow, its heat, and its presence. What can I do, you may ask? Pick one thing, anything, and just begin, and see where it leads. Your commitment will bring you friendship, community, and like an ecosystem, every hand is a necessary part of this community of excellence, hope, tolerance, uniqueness, and spirit. Our children do build their character on our reflection. Omnis anima volet. Let every spirit soar.